Okay, so I am going to show you a little bit about the Notan that we talked about in class today. So we did the 7-value tonal study, so I just wanted to touch on that real quick. If you haven't already turned that in, please do so. That can be turned in on your Canvas page. So if you go to Modules and then click on Notan resource page, which is available now. And there's a couple of things here. So one, there's a video. So watch the video. I'll kind of go through some of it really quickly with you. I'll just sort of fast forward. So what a Notan is, and I'll click on the slide share here, and we'll walk through it. So Notan is a Japanese and Chinese also used it, where it's in our case, we're going to do 2 values. Occasionally a third value can sneak in there, but we're going to use 2. And so it's basically light and dark. And so the word Notan is actually a combination of 2 words that related to the amount of water that was mixed with the ink. So very little water, dark; a lot of water, light. So light and dark. And it is it's an effort to try and see what you're looking at and help you develop as an artist in terms of what's in front of you and what your eyes are processing. So what you're going to do, if we scroll through these images, I'm going to skip ahead. So I showed you this 7-value drawing of the monkey, right, sitting on the branch. Below it is a Notan. And so the Notan, again, is just black and white. And I like this example of the monkey. There is also an example of a turtle and the bear. And they have a striking similarity to screen prints, right? But in these 2 cases, they translate really well in terms of communicating what the image was. That's not always going to be true when you do a Notan. And so the monkey is a good example where the lights and the dark areas, the importance is to look at where they exist and the shapes of them and the locations of them, as opposed to looking at what the actual object is, right? So in the case of the monkey, if you hadn't seen this value drawing, you'd just seen the Notan, it might be a little bit difficult to figure out that this is a monkey. You can start to see the toes and a little, there's a face of some kind, but even the line at the back isn't clearly delineated, and that's okay, because what you're looking for is where the lights and the darks are. So with the bee, again, it translates really well. It looks like a screen print, but don't get hung up on it being recognizable. What you really want to do is properly convey the dark area versus the light area. And where you're going to run into a little bit of difficulty is the middle values, right? So which area do they belong to? Do they belong to the light or the dark? And you're going to have to figure that out as you draw these drawings. So in this case, they use 3 values, but try to stay with the 2. So that is what we're going to try and do. I will go back to the video real quick and I will show you. So in this case, I'm going to mute it. In this case, and it'll pop up here in a second, in the top left corner of the video, you'll see what he's looking at, which is a forest scene looking through the trees towards a beach. So imagine, kind of the shoreline of Jordan Lake. And that's what he's looking at. So he is trying to see where the lights and the darks are. Okay. And again, you can see that there's values in between there. And so then it becomes difficult. Which area does it fall into? Is it black or white? And the white being your paper. Okay. So for this project, you're going to use your Sharpies that are in your art kits. You're going to use the 6x6 white paper that are also in your art kits, the same piece that you used for the value drawing. And you are going to do just a black and white. So the darkest area is dark, and then the lightest area is light. And again, the image may or may not be fully recognizable, but the importance here is that you are able to see the difference between the two. Sometimes if you squint your eyes, that helps you figure out where the lights and the darks are, because when you squint your eyes, you start to lose focus on those middle values, or middle tones, and so that can help you too. So that's just a tip. So we'll skip ahead in this video just a little bit so you can see the development of his drawing. And again, and so you can see his drawing starting to develop, and you can see the elements from the photograph that's embedded in the left-hand corner of the video. Again, it's not a photographic representation, but you can see he's capturing where the dark areas are, and he's capturing in turn where the light areas are. And this is a handy tool in a variety of ways, just in how you see the world, whether you're going to sit down and do a pencil drawing or a painting, to be able to see where those areas are, to set contrasts off, make color choices, etc. So it's a really good study for all of those sorts of things. Okay, so I will stop talking and let you get to work. So if you could start working on that today, and bring to class tomorrow what you have accomplished, and we'll share with the class and see what you've gotten. Another note too is if it makes sense, you can take an area of the photograph that you started with, the value drawing that then you completed. You could take an area of that and expand that to the 6x6 for the purposes of this Notan drawing. Okay, I hope that helps, and I will see you all tomorrow.